Welcome back yet to another episode of Al High Motors. What's your story? Today I have with me my brother. Not a lot of people know that he's my brother, but brother in a sense, not the same parents, but we are brothers. This is my very super close brother, friend, and everything. Max. Mohammed is always here with us to punch in. Um, I'm sure everybody knows who Max is. I don't need to introduce. I don't need to talk about Max a lot, but just in case you don't know, I will let Max tell you who he is and where he's from, and we choose. We can talk obviously in Arabic, but we choose to speak English strictly because of the subtitles. Makes our lives much easier. So, without further ado, Max.
Thanks for the intro.
Wow.
Honestly,
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
thank you. Cut. We're good to go.
good intro.
Yeah.
Honestly, I told you this when I walked in. I hate podcasts
I know.
because I feel like everybody and their mom's doing a podcast. But when you told me, Max, I want you on my podcast, without even seeing the first one,
It's
which was
true.
amazing, by the way,
Appreciate it.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm here.
Thank you.
I'm Max Stanton, half English, half American. I've lived in UAE for 17 years now.
ولد البلاد خلاص you're from you're
المفروض
local.
المفروض I should be.
I should be speaking English. You guys are speaking
Your
local.
English
Come
is
on.
already better than both of ours, so we're not gonna get.
I'm not gonna say what I just said off camera.
It's
so.
funny because you're the only local between us, yet we probably speak local better than you.
But I guarantee you, he's also lived in the UK longer than me.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I was just telling you. Yeah, he spends more time in London than he does
1
here.
year.
Oh yeah. Yeah. By five more years.
خلاص.
Yeah.
So he's more
Fair
British.
enough.
You're more
Yes,
local.
I'm more Horlands.
Dera.
ولد Dera.
Dera.
Yeah. So yeah, Max. First of all, super cool guy, a great gentleman. Always
I'm
winning.
not paying him, huh?
Yeah, this is not
Wallah,
paid.
this is, I don't know what he wants from me. Maybe he wants my school bus.
What? Yeah. No, wait. Don't give
Give
out
him a
the.
school bus. I have a lot of projects on my mind.
Yeah, let's
Abshar.
not disclose a lot of.
خلاص.
Let's make the podcast interesting.
Yeah,
This is,
Yeah.
But now everybody's thinking, what's the school bus?
Exactly, that's another question. We'll come to that. Max is also, whether people do know or not, but Max is a super big car guy. He owns multiple vehicles. And one of the reasons, obviously, that he's here is that we want to talk about his cars and what got him into cars and what he plans on doing next with a couple of his, let's call them projects. So tell us, what was your first car?
My first car,
Your first car,
1991 Toyota Cressida.
Cressida.
Yes.
So it goes way back with the Toyota.
Yeah.
now.
So see,
I
everybody
was
gets
in
Yemen.
Yemen.
But still,
I was in
nice.
Yemen, and it was the perfect car because, okay, in Yemen, for Toyotas, there's different levels of spare parts.
Okay.
Right? You can get Japanese, original, expensive, out of my... exactly.
Yeah,
Okada.
yeah.
Then it goes down Taiwan, blah, blah, Chinese.
Okay.
So what would I do? I'd crash the car. I need to change a headlight. You can get a new headlight that's Chinese. It will change to yellow color in about 3 days. Maybe it's $5. So learning to drive in that as a 12-year-old was the perfect
Oh
car.
wow. Okay. 12.
Yemen. Right? My dad
enough,
didn't
fair
want to get
enough.
a driver. He's like, yalla, don't kill yourself.
You're
Enjoy.
a driver. Nice. What about you? When did you start driving?
Honestly, my first driving experience was probably when I was seven or eight. I drove my granddad. So my grandfather he was big on cars. He was like buying and selling cars, and my grandma, God rest their soul, was super upset always. Like he was a grandfather. It's like you keep on buying and selling cars, stop it and whatnot. I remember it was an Opel Kadett, 2-door
I
yellow,
was looking at one.
and a manual. Of obviously back home, nobody drives an automatic. So I started with that, but then I started driving that because of my E21, the red car. I like when I was a kid, I used to go down the garage and switch on the lights and pretend I'm driving and steal the key. But that's another podcast, man. This is about
Okay.
you. So
So the first one was the E21?
the first car I ever drove was an Opel Kadett, but I
Okay.
drove it because of the E21. I wanted to know how to drive the E21, and E21 was like a much better car than an Opel. So I learned on that, and then it just rolled on from there. Then I used to take my dad's car when he's asleep and whatnot. So Cressida 91, obviously manual.
Yeah, of course.
What was the engine? 4.6, 4.7?
Unfortunately, 4.
4.34, yeah.
Yeah.
And how long did you? I mean, how alive were you? For how long did you use that car for?
I used it until I graduated high school.
Really?
Yeah.
So from 91 till
No, I wasn't. I was born in '88. I'm not driving as a 3-year-old.
yeah, but no. So what? So
So like, okay, first car I drove, my parents had a Pajero.
It was a 1991 model.
it was a 1991.
Yeah.
My bad.
So it was an older car when
Okay.
I was driving it.
Okay. So first one was the Cressida,
Yeah.
and then the Pajero.
No, like my parents had the Pajero, Cressida, had Land Rover at home,
Nice.
Ah, okay.
right? Because
Okay.
my dad, man, I was waiting for my dad to have his midlife crisis,
Okay.
expecting some nice sports car. My dad's midlife crisis, he bought a right-hand drive, 4-cylinder, diesel radio Land Rover from the military in Britain. He drove it overland from England to Yemen.
He drove
Wow.
that car.
Drove it
Wow.
on British plates, full camouflage.
Wow.
No AC, no stereo.
How long did it take him?
Huh?
How long did it take?
It took 3 months. He
Wow.
wasn't in a rush.
Obviously.
He went to Romania,
3 months.
Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Nice. This is where you get your adventurous.
Yeah, both my parents were like into it. So yeah, we
Wow,
had that
3
car at
months.
home.
And I did 6 hours from Geneva to Munich and I was dead. And it was like in an all automated BMW.
Ah, now it's
Set.
different.
80, set 100, then back.
I don't know how my dad did it. He started off with a close friend of his, Norwegian guy, who lasted halfway into the trip and was like, "I'm done with you. I'm done with this car. I'm done with this trip. Like, I never want to see you again. Get out of my life." And he flew back to Norway.
Wow, man. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, how long ago was this again?
This was 2000.
23.
Yeah.
23 years ago.
Y2K, just the beginning. Everyone was like,
yeah, 2000, 2001.
Okay, then what? Then so you were so it always goes back to the family, yeah, to the dads and parents and the association with cars and whatnot. So then obviously you graduated,
Yeah.
finished high school. So what? I'm assuming you wanted the Toyota.
I wanted any car because I moved to Sharjah.
Yeah.
I studied in AUS.
Okay.
And my parents are like, "You're there to study. You're not there to have fun. For you're not getting anything."
Okay.
So I stayed 4 years without a car.
Okay.
I was like,
And
"Come
then-
on, man!" Like, mom, I told my mom. I convinced my mom to buy me a car. My
Yeah.
parents were paying half for university. So my dad told my mom, "It's like, listen, if you pay for a car, I'm not paying for any of the tuition ever again."
okay.
He's like, "He's there to study. He's not there to have." I was like, "Oh, thanks, Dad. Good job." So I stayed without a car for all of university. Started working, and I bought the GMC Sierra.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So always, I mean, I'm assuming your preference was always four-wheel,
4-wheel drive.
four-wheel
Yeah.
drive. Yeah.
I
And then
like the desert. I like camping. I like being able to go off road. I'm bad at parking. I don't want to scratch the rims.
okay, and then after the GMC Sierra,
GMC Sierra, I bought a Nissan Patrol Capsula
whoa,
without ever driving it. All right, I just seen them on the road and I was like, "Oh, fantastic! I want it." I bought it. I regretted it immediately.
why?
Really?
Was which model?
Short
95?
wheelbase. It was 2016.
Oh, the later ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I love how it looks. I hate short wheelbase 4-wheel drive cars. They drive terrible. All right. Sorry. When I had the GMC, I also bought my first FJ40.
Okay.
So I had a 1979 FJ40, which was restored in Lane.
Okay.
I liked it until I saw the restoration pictures and I saw what it used to be, and then I didn't want it anymore.
Really, does that put you off though?
If you saw it, it would put anybody
But
off.
but I'm guessing the job was good. Like,
It
for you
hid,
to buy
it hid what was underneath well.
okay.
Yeah. And I thought, wow, it looks really nice. Clean paint, but like what was underneath was
شو
3, 4
what did
cars.
they say?
Good
On,
from far from good.
ما لوكالة لا يعني when they say like on the ads like كانت هو طالع من لوكالة يعني it just came out of the showroom
Yeah,
and
yeah.
underneath
Indeed.
it's like,
That's what I thought.
oh my god.
But yeah, so bought the short wheelbase Nissan,
Okay.
drove it, I think 30,000 kilometers, 20,000 kilometers. Yeah, but this was because I bought it and I was like, oh, terrible car, but I love the Nissan. So I bought the Nissan Patrol pickup.
Okay.
This is the only car I've ever bought and sold that I regret selling. It was fantastic. Cab small,
Yeah.
right? But I put a roll cage, I put Baja bumper, I put full suspension.
Nice.
I need him
Light.
for this project. I need you bro.
Nah,
I'll
don't
tell
do
you.
no problem, no
I've
projects.
got a
I know-
project
I know
in the
your
back.
project and I'm excited.
Wallah, no, there's another one.
Different one?
The W140 S-Class.
I'm down one.
It's already, should I say it? Or?
No, don't say it. No, we'll just,
Okay.
this is
That's
this
another
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah, okay.
This is another
Stay tuned.
podcast.
Like, follow,
Yeah.
subscribe. It's coming soon.
Thank you, Max, for coming. No. So now, currently, what cars do you have and what projects do you have?
Okay. So after that, Land
Yeah.
Cruiser. EXR 5.7.
Okay.
Made like a
Land Cruiser ولا station?
station. But they're white people. Huh?
Gotta balance, bro. You
Translation,
gotta
okay,
balance,
for the
bro.
subtitle, Land Cruiser equals station. Easy.
Stay ahead.
I did like a full overland build. Then COVID hit. And I was like, man, I've got a lot of money in a car that's never going to go anywhere overland. I'm stuck at home. And I was like, be it. Because then I planned, I wanted to go Saudi. I wanted to drive up to Jordan. I wanted to go everywhere with it. And I didn't know if that's ever going to happen. So I was like, get rid of it. I daily drove one of my 60 series. I have a 1984 60 series that I got out of Saudi. And I started daily driving that.
Okay.
And the day that I discovered it was a bad idea, I had a little bit of heavy feeling on my chest. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll go get a COVID test. So I was sitting in line in Festival City where they had the drive-through for the COVID test. And my 60 series started overheating.
Story of my life.
Oh, man, it was hot. And I was not feeling good. And I was like, okay, so I put on the heater to cool down the engine, right? Like, what else can I? So I'm just stuck there. And I was like, man, this car is going to die on me and I'm going to die in it. So then I was like, okay, you know what? I need to get like a normal car. Like a car you mentioned, fine. Once I went to Sweden with Volvo, we did an ice driving course there. I don't know, Instagram popped up an ad for Volvo. So I bought the S90. I went to the dealership. I didn't ask for a test drive. I was like, nah. I know it's a nice car, it looks cool, reasonable, okay. S90. Bought it, drove it, regretted it.
All
Like,
regrets, man.
this is it's just like a car is just not, it's a beautiful car,
Yeah.
right? Any technology in it, nice, very simple car. So then I sold that, bought a Raptor. But in the meanwhile, I have 1973 Toyota Hilux, first gen Hilux.
Nice. That's
If you have an engine for it, take something out of a Porsche.
Let's stay away from Porsches now, guys.
Take your GT3 and put it.
Perfect. It will fly.
Perfect swap.
So I got the 73 Hilux. I've got the 1958 Chevy Apache, which I did a full resto mod on. Art Morrison chassis, 500 horsepower LS engine from the States. I know, I feel you, but then I'm going to say the next thing and you're going to be like, what an idiot.
Okay.
I bought the engine to do a slammed FJ40. And then I changed my mind from the slammed FJ40. I sold the body that I had and everything. So I put in a automatic gearbox. I know, I apologize. You can kick me off the podcast. It's justified.
He knows though. I started my journey without like knowing how to drive manual up until when I drove your E46.
Yeah, M3 a few years ago.
3
Yeah.
years ago. First time I ever go out in the wild in a manual.
And he trusted you in a BMW?
Yeah.
You should have given him an Opel or something,
So
no?
I didn't have any. Yeah, but he's a brother, man.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, he's a brother. But yeah, I mean, no, it's not that difficult. And he picked up quickly. It's not like rocket science. And, you know, coming from a family that's been dealing with cars all the time, he's seen me drive. He's seen me drive fast and slow. And
Yeah, somebody that has a little bit of hand-eye coordination and a brain can do it.
Yeah,
It's-
it's not that difficult. But you know, the new generation, again, they prefer PDK and I don't know what that.
But you see, this is what I'm saying. Like sometimes automatic is nicer.
Today, when I was coming here and it took me like an hour and a half to get
How's it?
here, I was very glad that I was in an automatic, not gonna lie.
Because I saw a podcast. I don't know who was talking about it. Seen Through Glass. I forgot his name. With one guy, and they were talking about GT3s and the hype of Porsches and things like that. And they're talking about, oh, you should always get a manual. Yeah, I get it. But the PDK, that like gear change in like
It's faster than anybody's ever gonna change a gear.
You know, that's why
100%.
you would opt for that. Okay, so you swapped it to an automatic.
Yeah.
And then
No, full Art Morrison chassis, LS3, full interior.
I wouldn't mind that as daily automatic.
If duck.
أول عمرك.
When we trade this for a Porsche, and then sell the Porsche, and then we buy a
Buy
shop.
another one. We'll build another one.
But after that, I swore off projects. At the same time, I have two FJ60s, 1984. I have two FJ45 pickups.
Where do you find them?
Normally Saudi.
No, in Saudi. Yeah.
Because, okay, and I did this project. It was a 5-year project, right? To make it how I wanted it. Leather from the States, everything, German weave carpet. Like,
That was your
I
like,
went-
first project, right? Then like no on the F series, the FJ series. That was your. So now you have like a couple of them, right?
No, my first project, I did the shots that I sold to the States. I had
You did the
the
same
body,
thing.
yeah.
You went full.
no.
Oh.
And I went stock. Well, okay, yeah, stock engine. I was like, man,
This is nothing.
I love the look,
Yeah,
but
but you had to drive.
I want to drive.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
man, you're driving in Dubai,
Yeah.
right? And I
Since
guess,
I rode on,
I
like,
want to
fourth
cruise at
lane.
120 without. I didn't want that. Yeah, so there's what? Two FJ40s, two FJ60s, sorry, the two FJ45 pickups. There's an FJ40, and I swore off projects, huh? The new project is the FJ45 True P, so the long wheelbase, soft top, but I'm doing chassis and engine swap, so LS, of
Good
course.
for the full shebang, and I like it.
Now you have to do it.
I like it.
Because, man, if I want a car and I want to drive it, I want to
Yeah,
enjoy driving it,
true,
right? You get very bored, and I've driven to Abu Dhabi, I've driven to Leo on an FJ40.
How long did
It was a
Forever.
while.
that? A while.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like on the Adad, I was going fast. In reality, I don't know how fast I was going. But yeah, it's,
I know that
It's not that
different.
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So True P, it's more comfortable because it's longer wheelbase. All right. Somebody, hopefully, I know you're gonna bring him on, inshallah, Khab bin Hadar. He has a True P, which is the nicest True P I've ever seen. All right. He did a full restoration on it, put in. He got a half cut, I think, Japanese fire truck. So he puts a 3F engine in it, right? So the more modern engine with 7,000 kilometers on it, like nothing. So it's like a showroom car, and I was like, Khalid, serious question, because again, he's your brother. He's a wonderful person. Like, Khalid, real life, chassis swap, or do I do what you did, right? He's like, take my car, but chassis swap 100%. So I was like, okay.
He was supposed to be in the podcast, but a couple of things. He's busy, obviously. But
He'll come.
He'll come. No, he's coming. But because you mentioned him, I've known him for a long time, and I remember in 90, I think I want to say 6 or 97. I remember when no one knew what a swap is. Khalid was swapping like E30 S50 engines, and then like he gets bored fast 2J engines in 96, 97. This is. Yeah, and it's like if I tell you now, you know what? Swap a Bugatti engine with a I don't know GT3. It's impossible. Khalid was doing so. He knows, mashallah. He knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff, and he's a fantastic person.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So-
of course.
and I simply asked him one question. I was like, chassis swap,
Yeah,
or do what you did? Because he
Right.
put full. He's like, chassis swap. Tomorrow the recovery is coming to your house. Drive the car for as long as you want, and then decide. I was like, okay. I drove it. I was like, no, chassis swap, 100% chassis
Yeah.
swap. So I got that, and then again, no projects. I bought a school bus.
this is the one. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a 1993
Okay.
GMC. Is it GMC or Chevy? I think it's a
I
GMC.
remember
Yeah.
it was a GMC from the photo.
Yeah, GMC Vandura, 3,500,
Okay.
short school bus.
Okay.
So it's like the shortest school bus there is.
Why did you buy it?
Because when I heard about it, I had money, which is the worst thing that's ever happened. When there's something useful for me to do in my life, if I want to buy a house or something, there's nothing in my bank
Like
account.
the plots in Zanzibar.
Exactly. Land in Zanzibar, cheap price for nothing in my zero. just
Another
zero.
3 FJs, you know? Like,
Exactly. If there's an extra Toyota, there's the school bus, extra cash. So I'm sure you know him. There's a guy in Saudi. His account is Safka.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Safga auction.
Abdullah.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. A while back, he bought like a 50s school bus. No, not a school bus, like a Hajj bus.
Yeah.
But it looked like a school bus.
Yes.
I was like, man, sell me this bus. Because I bought like 3-4 cars from him. And some of my friends told me, I've known him for a long time. I was like, sell me your bus. Right? And he's like doing a full restoration. And he'd post something, like every time he posts something, it's like, sell me your bus. Man, one day I was like, are you gonna sell me your bus or not? He's like, no, but I've got a bus and you can buy it. I was like, perfect. What's the price? He's like, this much. I said, let's go. I hadn't seen it. I didn't
Money,
know what
like,
it was.
straight away.
Unfortunately, I had money in my pocket. I was like, Abdullah, take. I've already got your bank details in my bank. Let's go. Then it took like Saudi exporting from Saudi to here. Sometimes it takes 2 days. This took 6 months.
oh, so wait, it's still there.
That is here, alhamdulillah.
nice, okay.
Not alhamdulillah, because now I'm paying for parking, but it's here.
Okay.
All right, so got that here.
Is it working? Starting everything?
Yeah, it starts. It's diesel,
Yeah.
and it's like the old crappy diesel, which is very slow. And like if it was a nice,
Loud.
like, yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I was thinking it needs like a 6.2 or something.
a typical serial killer car.
Yes. I'm not gonna say what car it is. Like, me driving a school bus looks bad,
Yeah.
but honestly, Like, I think it's the perfect caravan for like 1-2 people. All right.
So
it's
what
got the
what
high
was
seating.
what was running through your head? Like you saw you wanted the bus, you got the bus, okay. You
I
had
just
the-
wanted a bus. I was like, man, you've got a bus. Why can't I have a bus? Buy a bus.
buy a bus and then just drive around like
I want to keep it
Bus
yellow,
driver,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. La. I wanted to turn it into a caravan.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bed. Not really kitchenette, but like place to sit, sofas,
Custom
blah blah.
like
Custom
everything,
interior, nice. I need to change the windows obviously because the windows, all school bus windows leak air and water. I wanted to put a toilet in it, but I wanted like a hidden toilet because anybody that has a caravan knows that it's the worst thing you can have if you're the only person of the caravan because everybody wants to use your toilet.
Okay, fine.
So I was like, you know what?
This is something he's gonna have.
Yeah.
Soon. Look at him.
Tell everybody that your toilet doesn't work.
Is it like a mental thing? Like everybody just because there's a toilet they want to use it?
You're camping.
Yeah.
Everybody else is in a tent. They're gonna look for a bush, or they're gonna come to you.
Oh,
with
no,
your
no,
shut
no, no,
off,
no, no.
dala.
No,
Exactly.
no, nobody's gonna come. I'm not gonna.
We're
I'm
all
gonna
coming
shut
because my
down-
bus has nothing in it.
Everyone's gonna be listening. You know.
No, I
Where's the
thought like
flush?
as you're driving, like that mental sort of.
It's like people
Okay.
flash you and say pull over. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, I just want to try.
I'll just open the water.
Do you have a bidet?
Sewage. Sorry. Yeah. No, but yeah. So that was the initial plan.
Yeah.
And
But then it got deeper and deeper because anything I start, like I go too far with it.
Start brainstorming just everything.
Just seeing like I followed all the school bus accounts, seeing what's available in the world. The bus is tall, but I'm like 188. So if I stand up in the middle of it, my head's a little bit bent. And I was like, wait, we live in a hot country. I need to put like nice insulation, so it's gonna get shorter. So then I was like, no, I need to do a full roof raise. In the US, they raise roofs by up to 14 inches on school buses. So then instead of it being, just put some nice, it's like, I need to raise the
Full
roof and
on,
I need to
like,
get
yeah.
everything.
proper 5 meters tall.
لا مو بهالدرجة يعني it's taller than it is wide.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, so I'll raise the roof and then I'll put a roof rack on top. So if I put the roof rack on top, I'll put جلسة فوق.
Okay.
It's like, man, I'm parked at the beach or something. Or you can sleep inside, you can chill on the roof. And then, okay, if I'm on the roof, like I'm uber white, so I need like a shade because otherwise I'm going to get sunburned wherever I go. I was like, yeah, how do I figure out putting... And then basically, like the project got too big for what it is.
And it didn't even start yet.
No, the bus is still as is. The only thing, there's 2 things that changed. All right, I ripped out 3 things. There was a water tank on the roof.
Okay.
Because this was some Saudi guy's majlis in Saudi. Like the water tank, there's carpet, curtains, everything.
Okay. So it was a Yelsa.
Yeah, it was there.
Okay.
So I removed the water tank, which I thought was initially an AC, and I was like, oh great, there's an AC. No, it's like a ghetto water tank. I removed all the carpets and all the dust and the seeds and the dirham coins and everything that was there. And then unfortunately, I removed all the curtains because my bus was parked in Al Goz next to Seb's garage.
Yeah.
And we went there one day and found somebody sleeping in it.
No way.
Yeah, because it was unlocked. And poor guy didn't have a job, was escaping on his visa, whatever. So first day, okay, cool, right? Like this is my bus, keep it clean. Like what's going on? He told me, okay. Tried to find him a job. He had like fines 85,000 or something, so nobody's gonna cancel that for him. And bought him food, bought him water, but he was there for a couple months, and it's like, bro, like I need to start doing something with it. I need my bus, right? And unfortunately, I had to move on. Like, what do? I tried to help him. Wallahi, Seb agreed to hire him. We wanted to, but when I went with his Emirates ID and stuff, it's been expired, and it wasn't expired, but he'd been on the run for 3 years.
Oh wow.
So I said, listen, the best thing you can do, you can go to the embassy. All right, they'll take care of you, but غير شيء ما عندك حل, because otherwise, if they're
Just keep going.
right, يعني, there's no escape. So sad, but
Should we make it a camper?
You have one.
No, but this is a bus, man.
If he wants to do it, because he has ideas, and I don't mind. First idea is an LS, so I'm down.
bro, you get like I don't know, my first idea with it, but then I discovered it doesn't actually have a chassis.
You wanna?
Man, I like because it's a dually.
Okay.
I was like, man.
Okay.
I'll get the HD 3500. Bro, chassis swap a bus. Engines there, chassis there, 4-wheel drive.
See, he knows more than me. And أنا يوم أقول لك, oh,
Oh, no, wait. Bro, it's a 1993 school bus. I can do whatever I want and it's not going to change it. Anta, what do you want to mess around with? You want to take the wing off what?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's not the same.
If they hear me, warranty's gone, bro.
La, full warranty. He's not
You want to
touching anything.
remove things, but yet he wants to fix things. There's a
Hey,
difference.
listen, anything you take off any of your cars, we'll put it on the bus. You want to
Nice
put a
wing,
wing,
you know?
you want seats,
Ceramic brakes.
let's go.
Yeah. So,
So,
okay, the bus is obviously it's a school bus, yellow, whatever. So, are you selling that? Are you thinking of selling it, or are you gonna continue the?
I'm of two minds,
Okay.
right? Because I have like ADD, so my mind goes a million different ways at once, right? Like literally, I'll be thinking, I was like, oh no, yeah, I need to turn it into a pickup. I don't know, Max. Make it for a chassis swap it, LS it, make it fast, slam it, right? There's everything going on in my head. Realistically, I'd love to keep it.
Okay.
But to get it to the point that I want it, I feel it's going to cost too much money because if I'm doing it, I want to do it properly, right? Like it, I don't have to do the roof raise, but like it would be nice with the roof raise,
Yeah.
right?
no, if you're gonna go for it, you might as well do it the way
Do
you
it hard,
want.
right?
Yeah.
And like, okay, realistically speaking, with the school bus, it's got windows everywhere, which is the worst possible thing for a caravan, right?
especially in Dubai.
Glass in a car makes it hot. So, okay, I need to replace the steel around the edges. If I'm doing that, I want to put in caravan windows, right? So, okay, I want to be able to see out. So, okay, I'll put one at the back. So, I would love to do it a project. If I won the lottery today, I'd definitely make it.
Because to carry on. But if not, maybe somebody could,
If not, if somebody wants it, we'll park it in front of
It's
Al
got a
High.
story,
We'll
so-
put it in front of Al High Motors. And
that would be awesome, man. Imagine.
I don't think it will fit.
I don't.
It's
think
quite
so.
tall. But it's like short. It's very short.
And H1 fit in here.
H1's low.
Yeah.
Roof
This is
roof
a
H1's
bro.
low.
This is a bus.
Yeah. No, it won't fit here for sure.
But we can try. We'll help you out. We'll try to sell it for you, maybe.
I don't think your clientele is interested in It's like, oh yeah, what should I take? Should I take the Porsche, the Rolls, or the school
The
bus?
school bus. Yeah, but you're famous, mashallah, and there's a story behind it. And hopefully, with this podcast, the bus is going to be double the price. No. So, I don't want this. I would love for this podcast to keep on going. This is just the first podcast with you.
Okay.
You're going to be back, with or without the bus. I don't care.
Ah, I thought you were gonna say when we finish your bus to tell the viewers
No,
what
no,
I
no,
think
no.
about
You-
it.
We might even do it in the bus. You know?
Allah.
Yeah,
never
maybe
know.
next
You
time you
don't
come with the
want
bus.
man. Oh, khalas, you'll buy it. I'm done. We're good.
So we might buy it.
Fully
Anyway,
branded colors,
yeah,
logo
the
on
same
back.
70s.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So maybe put a flatbed on it, for the car.
Don't get the shorty then.
This is,
Get
you know what
the
he
long
did?
one.
You know what he did? He has an E36 M3. So he had another one. He cut it and he has a trailer of it.
Perfect.
Yeah, I cut the whole
Yeah,
car.
that's
from the
cool.
table. Yeah.
Where did he send it now?
To the farm. There's no parking.
And I've been like telling him every other
But
month.
why do you want a trailer for it? Like it's not like you're going to go on
But
a
it's
long
nice.
road trip.
It's nice. I'm not gonna lie.
It's my yellow E36. It's exactly the same, but it's like literally cut in half. So I can just
Was it cut in half before you cut it
no,
in
I
half?
cut it.
He cut it.
You see, that's the issue, right? Like if
Yeah.
it was a perfectly working car and you made it
It wasn't. It wasn't a perfectly working car. It has its issues. So I took what I wanted.
for you to cut a BMW, that's big, huh?
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'm
was
semi
literally-
in shock. I don't know if it shows on my face.
No, I was literally left with the shell.
hyperventilate.
So and what am I gonna do with the shell? Have scrap take it for peanuts?
Yeah,
Nothing.
you're
I'm
gonna
like,
put it as art on your wall.
yeah,
Trailer's
exactly.
a good idea.
I cut it and then
Even though it was an idea, I wanted to do that.
it's still there. I mean,
With?
it works. But
Ah,
yeah, it works. But it's not. I'm not as as
yeah.
it
Yeah, you do
happens.
it and it's like, okay, next.
Yeah, so many other projects and so many things. All of this is happening. So maybe one day it's not thrown. It's in the farm, but it's not gonna melt or anything. It will be. Maybe you'll see it in one of the events soon. Who knows? But I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This podcast will go on forever, but we don't want anybody to get
Bored.
bored. Obviously, we don't want it to be like a 2-hour podcast.
It'll probably take
They're
longer.
already bored. They
Yeah.
turn when they,
No,
they
no.
heard school bus.
By
and
the
then-
way, our dinner is arriving soon, so Deliveroo.
Yeah, fine. No.
Because it seems like we're staying here till.
We are staying
1
here.
a.m., yeah, we're
Podcast or
fine.
not, we're staying here, Max. If it's. I know you come, every now and then, but we love having you. And when you come, you're our guest. You're our brother. You're the owner of this place, and we want to have you here. And we probably not probably 100%. We're gonna do a part 2 of this podcast.
Inshallah.
I can't promise when. I know you're busy.
Yeah, for you, I'm not busy. For both of you, صراحة.
بس شو عشان زحمة ديرة. So
لا لا عادي
when
come
you
by
pass by,
bicycle.
No, no. Next time
But
maybe
before we
Sunday.
close it, and I need to say something, and I have to say that.
Go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
If everybody needs to know how I met you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, actually, good point.
Yeah.
Very interesting story, and we've been talking a lot about wonderful people. People need to know how wonderful he is. So, I have another obsession, which is collecting old Emirati license plates. Exactly, right? You understand it. So, and I was going through, finding on eBay, finding here, finding there, going to auctions, trying to buy as many as possible. Then somehow somebody sent me your profile, and I was like, whoa, man, he's got like nice numbers and they're old. I was like, let's go. And I messaged him, he's like, yeah, come through. And then I came expecting like to buy plates. He's like, no, take. I was like, what take? He's like, no, take, right? And just leave me at least one of them.
Yeah.
Take. I was like, this isn't a person, right? Like, nobody's that nice, right? He's like, no, take. Wallah, take. I was like, I don't want. He's like, no, you're gonna take. So he didn't know me. I didn't know him. But you all have to know, wonderful, don't come and ask for plates, huh? Don't come and ask for
Fellas.
cards. Don't pretend, oh yeah, that's a nice boy. He's not gonna give it to you. But wonderful, extremely generous person that I was blessed to meet you in such a way.
Bro,
and
man.
honestly, I'm so happy to be
It
here.
is my absolute
Habib.
honor and pleasure, and we've been brothers ever since. And you know, a lot of people actually ask me, like, is Max your actual brother? Because
There
I
are
think-
similarities. I was
no,
gonna
but
say,
he's
yeah.
more Brad Pitt. I mean, look
Yeah,
at the hair.
It's just
look
the
at
hair.
that.
It's just the hair.
just there, probably.
He's
Yeah,
my,
but
my better looking younger brother.
no, but wallahi, we could be brothers, yani. We look alike, but you are my brother, honestly. And you know, all these plates and everything, I wish that you could have taken all of them.
And I'm just glad that you put them up because they used to be in like a box in your office.
weird.
They
right?
used to
took-
be in
it
the wall
took a
for a while.
while.
Yeah, they used to be in the wall for a while. And then when we started, like, you know, doing harakat, whatnot, and you have most of these plates. The other tabja is with you. So this is one part of them is here and the other one is with you. And wallahi, I always remember you. And if I do ever get any plates, you're in my mind. I don't.
And he always mentions
Yeah.
you in bad. I mean, good.
No, bro, Max, bro.
I
Thank you so
appreciate
much,
it, man.
man. Thank you for
Appreciate
coming.
It's an
it,
honor
man.
for me.
Thank
Salah.
you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
Box.
And we'll see you soon. Yeah.